Okay, so it's January 1st, 2017, and I'm starting the year off rather, by submitting work. I actually have been getting ready for a submission that's due by 5 o'clock today. It's a painting that's behind these paintings, but I really didn't, I've been pushing myself the past few days to get it done, and I don't want to do that, I really don't. I was supposed to work on it all day yesterday, and instead I walked the dogs. We went for a 2-hour-long walk, and it was something that was really, really needed by all of us. It helped to clear my head a bit. I was supposed to work on it last night, but last night I ended up having to do some other things, art-related things. Today I was supposed to wake up really early, but I did not. A lot of yeah buts in here. And I was going to have it done by 4 o'clock, photograph it, and send it out. But it hit me at some point this morning how disrespectful that is to the men who are my reference material, and that I really wouldn't get the look or the feel I wanted. I would just be getting it done to get it done. So instead, I've gone on my website and I started going through work that, you know, is still available, that has been hanging out with me, and it needs to be rotated. So that's what I'm going to do today. Not to say they're getting my sloppy seconds. It's just, you know, some of this stuff I don't want to live with for the rest of my life. You know, I prefer making work, having it go, making work, have it go. And I have a gallery who, you know, we've been talking about rotating work out, so I'm going to submit a couple of pieces from them. Luckily, the hospital, who's looking to buy work from artists, actively buying work, they don't have a year limit. So it could have been done yesterday, it could have been done 5 years ago. But so I'm just going to submit work. Now behind me, not only is the painting I was working on, it's up against the wall, the one that I'm not going to submit today, because I don't want to rush it, because I want to be respectful of the men in the reference material, and I want to produce work that's quality work, not work that's just getting done to get it done. Behind me is also 3 sets of pieces that I did for a show, one of several solo shows I had a few years ago. Now I had 2 solo shows in New York, and I had a show in Boston. I had I don't remember how many solo shows and group shows, but because they all together after a while. But I had one in New Bedford, and it was for 2 months in New Bedford. And for the particular venue, I went in and I looked around, and I knew I had work that could go in, but I also knew that I didn't have enough work to fill the place. So I went home, I went to the supply store, picked up a bunch of canvases, came back, and produced work that was site-specific. And the 3 pieces behind me are the site-specific work. They were, yeah, the site-specific work I specifically made for the site, the thing. Now this is New Bedford. This was for New Bedford. In the middle of, New Bedford is a small city in Massachusetts. It's a waterfront community. It used to be a big fishing village. Now it's not. It's still big fishing, but it's other things as well. Anyway, in the middle of the city is a park called Buttonwood Park, and it's really a nice. It's a nice break from the rest of the city. It's fairly quiet. You know, there's a little zoo, but there's also a little pond that I became enamored with while I was there. It's a small lily pond, as you see. There's lily pads and pods growing all spring, summer, and through to the fall. There's salvia. In there, there are toads. There's bunny rabbits coming and going. There's all kinds of animals that live out of this little pond. And I used to walk Bugsy down to it all the time, and we'd walk in and walk through it year-round. I was just enamored with it, just fascinated. So I did a set of paintings based on the Buttonwood Park lily pond. This is one. It's a one-panel piece. I've got a 3-panel piece. 1, 2, 3-panel piece. And again, these were all made for the Cork and Wine Tapas restaurant, or Cork Tapas restaurant, on the waterfront in New Bedford. And here's a 2-panel piece. So I'm going to be re-photographing them today. Re-photographing 2 other pieces that are images of children, and submitting those and submitting some other work that I already have photographed pretty well. And you will see what happens. I just went through, I had a little bit of a blow at the end of 2016. I had submitted work to a museum here in Virginia. And I thought we would work well together. I thought the show that the work was for, the open call and the description, fit me well. I thought I was exactly what they were looking for. Turns out, no. The curator is an ex-editor from a very hip, trendy art magazine, and they have a very specific look, this particular art magazine, and I don't really care about it. Oh, no, I shouldn't put it that way. I do care about it. It's just my work doesn't fit in. My work has a hard time fitting in a lot of places because it's totally different than what people have seen before. People in charge have seen before. It's totally different. The methods are different, the colors are different, the ideas are different, the designs are different, the brushstrokes are different. They're just not used to it. It doesn't fit in a prescribed box well. So I hoped I would get into the show. I did not. It didn't come as a surprise, but there were over 3,000 pieces of art that were submitted to this one show. Over 300 artists, over 3,000 pieces of art. You know, the odds are I'm not going to fit in. But especially with the criteria that this particular curator has and what he has historically liked. I went through his bio. I looked at shows he's curated, work he's accepted, artists he likes, and it was a long shot. Didn't get in. Oh well. So I took it. It was a big blow to my ego. After a couple of days, I said, okay, where are we submitting next? Because the thing is to not take the rejection so personally and so seriously that you never submit again. You just keep submitting. As a professional artist, you just keep saying, I have goals, I'm going to reach them. If you don't take me, somebody else will. Somebody will get this. Somebody else will, even though I don't fit in a particular pre-prescribed box. People out there are getting my work. People are understanding my work. They're feeling a connection with my work. And so I'm just going to keep going till the rest of the world feels it too. Because I'm that important and I'm that great. So screw you, museum. But, laughing. So anyway, this is how I'm starting off 2017, is by submitting to this hospital who's buying work. And then I'm starting to list out the museums and other galleries that I want to be in, and shows. I'm checking out open calls. I'm making my list, checking it twice, and I'm going to get in there. I am both naughty and nice, and something or other. So that's how I'm starting out 2017 with my lists and submitting and blah, 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 blah. I want to know what you're doing. In the comments below this video, please tell me what your goals are for 2017, and let's work on them together. Let's keep each other bolstered and moving. Now, I've mentioned this before. I'm doing live feeds on Periscope. Periscope is a live feed thingamabob you can get to through Twitter. My Twitter account, Beck Lane Artist, which it's always posted when I'm on, or you can get to it through my website. On my website, there's a little icon thingamabob, and in there is the logo for Periscope. It's red, white, and blue, light blue. It looks like a map thing from Google, little red thing, eye in the middle. That's the Periscope logo. Click on it, sign up for Periscope. You will be notified when I'm on live, and the live feed videos will stay up so you can always get to them. I'm not telling you anything. I mean, I'm not online doing this. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing that. I'm just online as a studio mate, so we can keep each other company and get our work done. Sometimes it's nice to just know someone else is out there working as well. So you can have a studio mate in another state through Periscope. And that's it. All right, I've got a lot of work to do. I've got to photograph. I've got to run things through Photoshop. I've got to get the work submitted correctly. I've got about 2 or 3 hours worth of work to do, and then I'm going to New Year's Day party. Thank you so much. I actually have an invitation to go somewhere, so I am going. Ciao.